Hey, guess what? Bernie Sanders has announced for presidency. So
real change never takes place from the top on down, but always from the bottom on up.
Bernie Sanders' healthcare for all idea is gaining steam.
Free tuition, free college tuition, free tuition champion, Senator Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders added, the greatest threat to national security is climate change.
The future of our planet is at stake.
Sanders taking on Amazon.
Bernie Sanders has been consistent hammering about income inequality.
Nobody in America works 40 hours a week, should be living in poverty. So our economy is rigged. We have a campaign finance system which is corrupt.
Sanders leading the charge to stop war against Yemen.
The first time ever the Senate has voted to end an unauthorized war.
The fight against injustice has been the work of his life.
Jobs and education, not jails and incarceration. We are not going to retreat on women's rights.
Sanders pushing a bold agenda that includes protecting DACA recipients and comprehensive immigration reform.
You don't rip little children away from the arms of their mother.
A major announcement from Amazon. Amazon will raise its minimum wage to $15 an hour. 350,000 workers. Thousands of workers at Disney World will get raises. It's a victory for Bernie Sanders.
It's a victory for all workers. Brothers and sisters, we have a lot of work in front of us. If we are prepared to stand together, there is no end to what the great people of our nation can accomplish.
Wow, so he's saying think big. It sounds like he says think big. That's what it sounds like. We can accomplish things, think big. Real quick, here's the stuff he's for. Medicare for all, Green New Deal, $15 minimum wage, criminal justice reform, free college, break up the biggest banks, gender pay equity. Now, equity is different than equality. So I'm not exactly clear on the difference, but I will, and I'll do a video about it when I get exactly clear on. But there is a difference between gender pay equality and gender pay equity. There is a difference. Do you know what it is, Professor?
I don't.
I didn't think so.
I think it probably means paying women way more than men.
And paid leave, and then lower drug prices, expand Social Security. Expand Social Security. Barack Obama wanted to cut Social Security. That was the grand bargain. He wanted to cut Social Security and Medicare. That was Barack Obama, Mr. Moderate Republican. That's how Barack Obama described himself, as a moderate Republican. Expand Social Security, save unions, and the DREAM Act. And here's a couple of more things real quick. Background checks on assault weapons ban, affordable housing, new infrastructure, opposing military-industrial complex. Criminal justice plank includes legalized weed, abolish private prisons and cash bail, and major police department reform. I would love to see that. I would love to see what his plans are for major police department reform. You know, we had that sergeant from Baltimore, Michael Woods, was on the show, and he talked about the kind of policing you have to do. And so that's interesting. I hope that happens, because that's really, really, really needed. We need not only criminal justice reform, but police department reform. So here's his team. So he's got Ro Khanna is a co-national chair. So is Nina Turner. And then this person, her name is Carmen Yulin Cruz. Have you ever heard of her before?
I'm not as familiar with her.
But I like her already, Jimmy.
I know, because you got that Hispanic thing going. So there you go. That's a good team. Although I don't know who she is. I know who these two people are.
Well, you immediately see diversity.
Oh, look at that. He's got an African-American, an Hispanic. Oh, they're all three people are of color. Ro Khanna, what is he? He's
Indian.
He's from India, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. I didn't want to say, I don't know if, I don't know where he's from. Maybe he's, so guess what? They had over 600,000 people have signed up to join the campaign. Go to BernieSanders.com to join our movement. You've been listening to the Humanist Report. That's that sound. That's that guy's voice. Did you ever hear the Humanist Report? They have that announcer voice.
Oh, that announcer that he uses. Yeah.
Here's what I like. People who don't like Harris say things like her prosecutorial record is a problem. And people who don't like Cory Booker say things like he took too much pharma money. People who don't like Bernie say things like, I don't like Bernie. It's just a feeling. That's Brianna Joy Green Dream. So Bernie scares people. Would you agree? Bernie scares people, just like Tulsi Gabbard scares the hell out of the military-industrial complex. Ron Paul also did. And so they get their minions in the corporate news to ignore him or smear him as crazy. Same thing they're doing to Tulsi right now. It's important to get Tulsi on the debate stage. So go donate to her campaign. If she gets 65,000 individual donations, she gets on the debate stage. Doesn't matter if you're going to vote for her or not. Just it's important she's on the debate stage, though, because of her anti-war stance and because she's a veteran and that lands with people. But this is great. So who's afraid of little Bernie? Donald Trump is afraid of little Bernie. Donald Trump is afraid of little Bernie.
Or as he would call it, crazy Bernie.
Crazy Bernie. That's just...
You're right, because Trump seems so sensible.
That's the whole
so
thing.
steadfast.
Like when Trump called someone else crazy, it's like Chris Christie nicknamed me Fat Jimmy. It's...
Bernie, you're crazy. I got spaceships to build.
Bernie, you're crazy. Science is a hoax. Don't you know that? So here's what he said. Here's what they put this out. Bernie Sanders announced he will be running for president in 2020 with a very simple platform. Full-blown socialism. It's all in bold caps, underlined. They really want
wow,
you to
they mean it.
They really want to scare you. Full-blown socialism. Full-blown health care, education, and good jobs. We can't have that. I honestly thought this was a joke at first. This is Trump's talking. This is his campaign literature. I honestly thought this was a joke at first, but then his campaign reported that they have received $6 million in the first 24 hours, which they did. A new wave of radical socialist Democrats is coming, but I have news for them. America will never be a socialist country. We already are. We have Medicare. We have Social Security. We have fire departments and police departments. And the biggest employer in the country, you know what that is? The government. The military-industrial complex. How about our military? That's the biggest employer in the country. So
I'm going to fact check everything you just said, and I'm going to go to a library to do so.
So that's what's so funny. It's like, this does still scare some people, but it doesn't scare most people because even the majority of Republicans want socialized medicine. So this is the last grasp. This is their last gasp. This is what they're doing. And here Bernie responded. Trump tweeted, emailed, and text messaged his supporters, terrified of our day one fundraising and sign-up numbers. He's scared.
Nice.
And he should be. Help us send Trump a message in a language he's sure to understand. Make a $10 donation to our campaign today.
Nice subtle burn. He only understands money. I like it.
So there you go. America will never be a socialist country. I think that still works on some people, but I don't think it's...
Well, when he said that at the State of the Union, he got an applause for it. So it works in a room full of his peers.
That's the thing. It works in a room full of bought Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't work in a room full of regular people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, regular people are like, huh? Well, we got... This capitalism thing is working out less and less for us. Not really working out for us. We're all treading water. Hope you know it. Signed us. 80% of all workers live in paycheck to paycheck. This capitalism thing, it's not really getting the best press right now. So Trump is afraid. Trump is afraid of that. That's what that says. That's what this says to me. Holy shit! He knows this is the only guy who could probably beat him. Kamala Harris will have just as tough a time against Trump as Hillary Clinton did. Maybe not as bad as Hillary Clinton. But maybe.
I hear she smokes pot
I heard she smokes pot.
and listens to rap.
The key thing is
She smokes the type of pot that allows you to travel into the future. It was
That's
some
some good
good
shit.
shit.
I've had that stuff. I've had that stuff.
You got to know a guy.
Oh yeah, you gotta know a guy. When I was a kid, when I was in 8th grade, we used to listen to Wham before Wham came out. We smoked this Wham weed.
Wow.
It's called Maui Wowie. So there you go. To me, that's what this is. And then he even meant, look, he put 6 million in bold. Hey, you guys. So this is trying to fire up his base. Hey, you guys, they're coming. 6 million. Yeah, what he's saying is Bernie's really popular. And we're scared. That's what that is. So good. Go get him. Nice to see. What the Democrats will now do is cheat Bernie, put a corporatist up, and possibly lose again to Trump. And they will be happy to lose to Trump. They will be less sad losing to Trump than they would if Bernie wins. Because if Bernie wins, that's the end of their gravy train. That's the end of it. Then they can't have that. Just like right now what's happening in the UK, there's a group of, I think, 7 MPs defecting from the Labour Party, but they don't really have a platform of their own. They don't really have anything. They can't really say what they're for. So it'd be like if Bernie took over the party. I told you, as soon as Bernie takes over the party, if that happens, what will then happen is then the corporate Democrats will start their own party the next day. That's what's happening. They're trying to do that right now in the UK. Did you hear about this?
Well, no, especially since I didn't hear about this specifically, but it's like during the, Iraq years and what have you, Labor was going in a different direction. Then Jeremy Corbyn came along and started pulling them back left.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Go Bernie. We're announcing our live dates for 2019. We're going to Chicago and Portland, Seattle, New York, all over the country. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for all our tickets to all our shows. It'll be right underneath there, too. Please become a patron if you like our content and help support the show. You can become a patron for $5 a month, and we give you hours of bonus material. And make sure you're subscribed. They unsubscribe people every day. I'm not kidding. Make sure you're subscribed and click that bell so they give you a notice when we drop a video. It's the only thing we can do to fight back against the bastards. Thanks for your support.